Maayong buntag, Igsoon. Our devotional today is in Luke 11, verses 37 to 54, and I'll be reading from the New American Standard. Now, when he had spoken, a Pharisee asked him to have lunch with him, and he went in and reclined at the table. When the Pharisee saw it, he was surprised that he had not first ceremoniously washed before the meal. But the Lord said to him, "Now you Pharisees clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but inside you are full of robbery and wickedness. You foolish ones, did not he who made the outside make the inside also? But give that which is within as charity, and then all things are clean for you. But woe to you, Pharisees, for you pay tithe of mint and rue and even every kind of garden herb, and yet disregard justice and the love of God. But these are the things you should have done without neglecting the others. Woe to you, Pharisees, for you love the chief seats in the synagogues and the respectful greetings in the marketplaces. Woe to you, for you are like concealed tombs, and the people who walk over them are unaware of it." One of the lawyers said to him in reply, "Teacher, when you say this, you insult us too." But he said, "Woe to you, lawyers as well, for you weigh men down with burdens hard to bear, while you yourselves will not even touch the burden with your own fingers. Woe to you, for you build the tombs of the prophets, and it was your fathers who killed them. So you are witnesses and approve the deeds of your fathers, because it was they who killed them, and you build their tomb. For this reason, also the wisdom of God said, I will send to them prophets and apostles, and some of them they will kill, and some they will persecute, so that the blood of all the prophets shed since the foundation of the world may be charged against this generation, from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah, who was killed between the altar and the house of God. Yes, I tell you, it should be charged against this generation. Woe to you, lawyers, for you have taken away the key of knowledge. You yourselves did not enter, and you hindered those who were entering." When he left there, the scribes and the Pharisees began to be very hostile and to question him closely on many subjects, plotting against him to catch him in something he might say. This is the word of the Lord. Sa ating reading ng New Testament, I think masyadong nating dinidemonize ang Pharisees. And for good reason. Sila man ang nag-initiate ng kamatayan ng Panginoong Jesus. Pero historically, makikita natin that they were the ones who spearheaded the survival of their faith, especially during the Roman Empire. Pero ang problema, sumobra naman. They focused on the letter of the law instead of the spirit of the law. Consequently, they deluded themselves in righteousness by works rather than righteousness by faith. Itong mga examples ng Pharisees na ito, we watch ourselves as we study them, Igsoon. Kasi it is easy for us in our fallen state to slide into their mindsets. Kasi it is easier to work, mas madaling magtrabaho for the Lord rather than to obey Him. For example, itong washing of the hands, ito importante sa atin ito during the pandemic. Pero sa Pharisees, they were not concerned about hygiene in this case. They were just concerned about ceremonial cleanliness. Narinig na natin yung saying na cleanliness is next to godliness. Pero itong Pharisees, ang problema, they put cleanliness in place of godliness. Mas importante pa yung seremonya kesa yung godliness. So, dito sa scripture na to, ini-illustrate ng Panginoong Jesus the absurdity o ang kahibangan ng pretentious o mapagkunwaring relihiyon. And so he laid down judgment. Woe unto you, sabi niya, judgment of deep suffering, ruin, and calamity. Sa puso nitong Pharisees, lawyers, and scribes, mapapansin natin, unang-una, kinondemn ni Jesus ang kanilang hypocrisy, ang kanilang reliance on external and ceremonial cleanliness rather than the purification of the soul. They are clean outside but dirty inside. Hindi ba insulto kay Kristo kung bibigyan mo siya ng isang tasa o isang vessel na malinis sa labas, ngunit madumi naman sa loob? Igsuon ang wickedness sa loob ay nakakakontaminate ng maski na ang religiosity o ang pagiging religious sa labas. Itong mga Pharisees na ito, they even cover their sins with their religious seal. Tinatakpan nila ang kanilang pagiging makasalanan sa pamamagitan ng kanilang relihiyon. And so dito nakikita natin that religion is dead. White sepulchres nga ang tawag ni Jesus. Puting-puti ang nitso sa labas, pero ang nasa loob ay kamatayan. Wash the body, wash the soul. Dahil sabi ni Jesus, God created both inside and outside. Itong mga Pharisees ay perfect tithers, talagang to the letter. Pero they neglect the more important things of justice and love of God. Sa ating example ngayon, during the pandemic, is it just na ang mga may hirap ay nanineglect? So this is our opportunity to exhibit Christ with our lives by helping the needy in time of this pandemic. The Pharisees and the leaders were also lost in their vanity. Mas importante sa kanila yung reputation nila and the acceptance of men more than the acceptance of God. Tuwang-tuwa sila pagka sila ay nare-recognize, yung recognition at saka praise. Gustong-gusto nila yung pinakamagagandang silya kung merong okasyon. The Pharisees and the leaders were also lost in their pride, that they knew the law more than the others. Hindi ba ganyan ang problema ng mga abogado minsan? Na dahil masyado silang, mas marami silang alam na batas kaysa sa normal na tao, minsan na-exploit po nila yung mga tao dahil sa kaalaman na ito. At ito ang problema. They not only made it difficult for people to find God through His law, they even hindered them from entering the kingdom of heaven. Tayo, we hinder pagka we don't do anything. We don't say anything. Ang spiritual blindness nitong Pharisees at saka leaders is like a virus that has contaminated their soul. At itong virus na to is a contagion that insinuates itself. Kinakalat niya sarili niya, walang nagpupush sa kanya. And they are insensibly caught. Hindi natin namamalayan na na-infect na pala tayo. Those infected are unaware. Pero imbis na tularan natin itong mga Pharisees, tularan natin si Jesus. God is gracious. He went with the Pharisee, even if their intentions are evil. He did not loathe them. Hindi siya nandiri, but He made himself available to them. And here is a profound truth, Igsoon. God is not mocked. He sees our hearts, maski na anong pinapakita natin sa labas. He sees our hearts. And God is just. We reap what we sow. Kung ano ang ating tinanim, yun ang ating aanihin. The people of God, Christ's disciples are humble. Dito na insulto yung mga abogado dahil sa mga sinasabi ni Jesus. Unhumbled sinners treat rebukes as insults. But the people of God are different. They accept the rebuke and they accept, pumapayag sila na sila ay makorekt. These are hard lessons. The Pharisees are example of the virus of the soul. Gusto mo bang maging virus-free, Igsoon? The antidote is Christ. His life must be our own. God bless you, Igsoon.